Hi everyone, welcome to the second video of the series on self-learning. From our previous video, we managed to know a bit more about the brain, how it actually changes and grows with you, and how learning looks like scientifically. For this video, let's try to understand a bit about learning preferences. Each of us have our own preference when we learn something. Some of us may prefer to watch YouTube videos to establish some entry knowledge into the subject area. Some like to do some online reading or listen to some expert podcasts. Some will prefer the hard copy stuff and go look for reference books in the library. For some, drawings, diagrams, schematics and graphs say much more than paragraphs of words. And some just love to dive straight into actual physical practice. There are also environmental preferences. Some of us like to study with friends, bouncing ideas off each other for more interactive learning. Others prefer to spend their learning time alone, with attention solely focused on the subject matter. Some of us like to learn at home, while some of us like to study somewhere outside. Some like to study in the late night, while others in the early morning or other times of the day. If you're not exactly sure what your preferences are, just give it a try. Experimental and conduct a few lessons, few tests for yourself. Perform the learning under various settings. Monitor the time taken and level of understanding you achieve under each setting. Ask yourself how much you remember and understand from the learning that you have picked up, and ask yourself how did you feel at the end of each session. Having these preferences doesn't mean you will perform best only in these settings. It also depends on your level of interest and motivation on the subject matter. It is important that you develop your range of preferences so that even under constrained settings, you can still find yourself learning. At the end of the day, what's most important is you picking up your stuff effectively, and a major factor goes back to how you can condition your brain. For example, the brain can only stay cognitively focused on one thing, so make sure that you are aware of the things that are distracting you and keep them at bay while you study. Also, your brain is like a muscle. As a comparison, you don't spend 10 hours in the gym to work on your biceps just before the competition. What you do is exercise your biceps every week at regular intervals. The same concept applies to the brain. Use it, think more often, learn more often, and not cram everything at the last minute before your test. By doing that, you train your brain muscle to perform better. Exercise regularly, hydrate yourself with water, and have plenty of rest. This will make sure your brain is in tip-top condition. Last but not least, for the audience watching who are currently studying, whatever preferences you adopt, you have a goal to fulfill in the campus, and that is to effectively accomplish the modules within the given semesters. Empower yourself, develop that range of preferences, and give your brain the strength and ability to help your learning. The next video, we will go through some really interesting techniques that you can apply in your own journey on learning. See you soon!